Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you may be out there in the world. I'm gonna do I'm gonna try my first reaction to this movie Fantastic Four, new Fantastic Four movie. Before I get started, just give a big commentary. I had the privilege, won't say the honor of seeing the many different Fantastic Four movies that came out throughout the years. I got the privilege of seeing the Fantastic Four movie that came out what, the 80s or 90s. Nobody really remember it that much. You guys are cult following. Some people hate it, some people like it. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide on that. Those that may have seen it or are going to see it. Just to get an idea of how far we've gotten with Fantastic Four movies over the decades. Um, then you had the 2000, excuse me, era for Fantastic Four. The one with Chris Evans, who played the Human Torch. He came back to play as the Human Torch again in Deadpool and Wolverine. Before that, of course, he played Captain America. Um, despite the problems and flaws that the Fantastic Four we had back then, Chris Evans was freaking hilarious as the Human Torch. He definitely, for me, was the highlight. He seemed like he was having the time of his life playing that role, and him being it actually kind of made it watchable. See, that's one thing I liked, and that seems like him being humble and just enjoying the role, got him to play the role of a lifetime. Captain America. Now he's an iconic actor for that role. He did an amazing job. I don't know if anybody could ever play Captain America the way he did, um, and the dedication he put to that character. Um, then we had well, before I jump into the 2015 Fantastic Four movie, I do know that what really was the nail in the coffin for the Fantastic Four movie with Chris Evans was what they did to Galactus. Him being a cloud. I don't know what the hell that was all about. I don't know what drugs Fox was using when they came up with that idea, and I don't even want to know at this point. Thank God that's history. Marvel has the rights, but we're all banking at that, hoping this movie is going to do good because Marvel's track record right now after Endgame and Spider-Man No Way Home has kind of been iffy, spotty lately. I'm not going to go into debates about the politics behind it, all that, because that's not what I want to talk about now. That's a different place and different time. You know, that really killed the Fantastic Four back in 2000s, and it's sad because they had a pretty good cast. Had they had a good script and direction, the movie could have done good. But Fox wanted to make a cookie cutter Fantastic Four movie. The rest is history. Then we had a 2015 movie, and that was a freaking disaster to the highest level. I remember watching a bootleg copy of that because I refused to pay any money for that. I had a Fire Stick to watch it. Um, this is right after I just got a bachelor degree in social work and finding work right after college. Humble beginnings, of course. I saw that shit. And I said, "Screw this garbage," and I went back to playing Batman Arkham Knight on my PS4. That was more entertaining than anything that was in the Fantastic Four 2015 movie. If I had to choose between watching that crap versus Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger and George Clooney, I'd rather watch Batman and Robin any day. The fact that I think Batman and Robin has a better reaction than critical rating than the Fantastic Four 2015 is just insane to me when I first found that out back in 2015. Of course, that could have changed, but at least Batman and Robin, was actually comical. The 2015 movie of other Fantastic Four had no redeemable qualities at all. Um, and Fox did that movie for the sole purpose of just being spiteful towards Marvel and keeping the rights for them, and that bit him in the ass years later. Um, Now Marvel's having their shot in it. Marvel has a lot riding on them because they have a lot on the plate with this movie. after what, four Fantastic Four movies that all failed. Yeah, they got it. They better hope this is good. Because right now the comic genre's, going through a lot of issues. You know, DC's hoping, praying that this new Superman movie does good. Again, I'm not gonna go deep into that debate. That's not the scope of the movie. This video. I'm just gonna give a short take. This is my first time. Don't kill me, everybody. But I'm really hoping, Superman, the new Superman movie does good, and this movie does good. I'm not one of those fans that want to see a franchise fail just to be spiteful, because who's that benefit? It doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit the comic genre. The new Superman movie fails. It damages not DC, it damages the comic genre as a whole. If this movie fails, Fantastic Four, it could damage Marvel and, other comic movies out there. Because now people are gonna just start seeing comic movies as a liability for filmmaking. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm hoping both movies do good. Hoping this movie does good. I understand this movie's in the 1960s, I think, but I'm gonna watch it, give my thoughts and opinion on it. Let me just check something real quick to make sure this thing is working. All right, let's give this a go.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
We got that family dynamic going on there.
Herbie,
Nice.
how's that sauce coming?
Gives it that
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
retro futuristic vibe. I kind of like it. I'm liking the outfits too.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple
And the
cloves of
lady
garlic. Not because
playing
it's
the
not
Invisible
delicious,
Woman
I just
looks
want to add
great.
a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before
Yep.
we went up the first time,
1960s vibe.
you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
I like how they have the 1960s looks too.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here.
She looks amazing. The outfit and
Whatever life
everything.
throws at us, we'll face it together.
There's Galactus. He looks great. That's an awesome shot right there. So July 25th is coming out. I like the look and vibe and everything. I like the retro futuristic vibe. The suits are amazing. Just one thing I'm concerned with, like, are these guys gonna appear in the modern day of the MCU? Are they gonna be there? I mean, because this is taking place in the 1960s, and they come in the modern world. These guys gonna be like 80 years old or something. I don't know. Maybe they get stuck in limbo fighting Galactus, and they come and somehow they end up in the modern era. And they still the younger visions of themselves or model of themselves. Who knows? We're gonna have to find out in the movie. I'm surprised they didn't go with the modern take. Not that I'm complaining. I like the retro futuristic tone. I like when comic movies go into the time period phase, because this is when the characters were well known and established, was in that time period, the 1960s. Um, I'm really hoping this is good, and it looks good. It looks good. I like it, and we'll have to find out on July 25th and see how this goes, and see how this connects into the modern universe of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because that's one of my concerns. How are they going to fit in? Do they end up like suspended animation or something like Captain America, and they wake up in the modern era, and they're still young? There's a lot of questions that we don't have answers to yet, because we haven't seen a movie yet, of course, and we haven't seen the full trailer yet. But I'm liking it, and I'm hoping this movie does well, because Fantastic Four never deserved the treatment they got from Fox. And the damage they did to the franchise. Same thing with Daredevil. Marvel redeemed that with the Netflix universe. And hopefully, the Daredevil Born Again does well. I really hoping, this movie like turns around the direction of where comic movies are right now, because we need it badly. And I don't care if you're a Marvel fan, DC fan. If you love comic books, you would cheer for success for both franchises because we need the comic book journey to keep going. Because there ain't nothing really in theaters that makes me want to go pay any money to see a movie. I would have saw Deadpool and Wolverine when it first came out, but I was dealing with my own issues and I was trying to get my social license. Now that I got it, I'm going good. I'm hoping to get back to movies, but that's the reason why I would pay so much money to see a movie. And I hope this movie will be one of those movies for this year. So we'll see what happens. I like it so far. Until then, just hope it does well. I'll see you guys next time.